Now, Havitas Properties is betting big on the tourism play, building income-generating vacation homes in Batangas. Their first project is a resort-style, low-density townhouse development in Talisay, Batangas called Aya Hills. Joining us for more, Alejandro Manialak, chairman of Havitas. Hi, Andy. Welcome to Market Edge.
Hi, Mimi. Good morning. Thank you for having us here. Thank you for the invitation.
All right, Andy. So what does Havitas mean?
Habitus doesn't have any meaning. That's why it's something that's easy in the mouth, and it has something to do with habitat, right? Which is housing, and Vitas means life. So it's just a play of words, but it's easy to remember.
All right. I wonder, when we look at the press release, it sounds like your business model is going up against Airbnb and the vacation home rental space. Is it?
Actually, we're riding on Airbnb, yes.
So you are going to be part of Airbnb. The properties that you offer will be on Airbnb platform. Is that the goal?
Yes, it will be an Airbnb, or if the clients who want to have their units on short-term rentals can opt to manage it by themselves, or we'll help them manage it through Airbnb.
All right, all right. So let's start with the big picture. Andy, everybody seems to be painting real estate with the same brush. They're saying real estate now is weak. But I'm seeing maybe your space, travel and leisure, is doing a lot better than office. I mean, what's happening here?
Okay. Actually, even during the pandemic, surprisingly, real estate has just shifted. And just like in any crisis, real estate really generally doesn't stop. It shifts. It's up to the players who have to identify where the market is shifting. In fact, for the past 2 years, even during the pandemic, we were able to find some opportunities for real estate. Now, we started actually our test project, our concept, towards the later part of the lockdown. And it has proven to be very well accepted.
And this test project is different from Aya Hills.
It is. It's going to take off from Aya Hills. This one we did for a personal units, just like the one that you're seeing in my background.
All right, all right. So, who is your target market? Give us an idea who you're going to be selling these vacation homes to. How will the vacation homes look like? What is the price range? The target market, how sensitive are they to sticker shocks from rising costs of materials and the rate of borrowing?
Actually, you'll really be surprised. Before, as the real estate authority, Robert Kiyosaki, says, vacation homes may be the worst type of investment in real estate. But that was before you have the short-term rentals. But that was before the platforms like Airbnb. No? So also the big or the huge vacation houses may not be practical even at this moment. However, right now there are opportunities for the right size, the right place, and the right concepts wherein people can enjoy best of both worlds. They can use it, or it can make money for them. We call it active yielding assets, or we call it passive income in its real sense, because others may now be claiming about passive income, but it actually just does not generate positive cash flow. If you notice, the payment terms now in a lot of the projects being offered now, you have very low down payment, but then when you come to the amortization part, the amortizations are actually much, much higher than the actual rental income. So that is what we try to address. Another thing is that there are a lot of players now in the city, in the metro, but with the younger crowd, with the demographics that we have, with a population of about, I think we're up to 117 right now, and about 42 million of that is in that range of 20 to 40 years old, which is the most mobile market in terms of, let's say, search for jobs or for domestic tourism. They move around. These young people move around either in groups, in barcadas, or in couples, and the young families who want to do their staycations or short vacations, especially in places very close to Metro Manila.
So, for example, Aya Hills. This is going to be a low-density townhouse vacation project. How big are the cuts, and what sort of pricing are we looking at? Just so our viewers
Okay.
have an idea.
Very low density, because right now you see condos which are 2,000 per building, right? 2,000, 3,000 per building. Now this one, each cluster has only about 4 units per cluster, and a total for a community of around 2 hectares, you only have 73 units. The thing that makes this different, aside from being very low density, because of the new preference, which was a result of the lockdown that we had during the pandemic, people now want a lot of space, a lot of natural light, a lot of natural breeze and ventilation. This is the reason why we did this very unique project. Imagine 7.3 meters high ceiling with a floor-to-ceiling glass, with an opening using very nice, high-quality bifold doors. But that's not all. You are looking out the world-famous Taal Lake or Taal Volcano. It's in an elevated area. Plus, from your deck, each unit has a private plunge pool. A private plunge pool for every single unit.
Andy, this is sounding very expensive to me. So what's the floor area per unit versus lot area, and then what's the price?
Okay. Each unit is around 100 to 110 square meters. With
Lot area?
5.1 meters. The usual townhouses only have a width of around 3 to 3.2, right? Or sometimes 2.5.
Okay.
Plus others don't have parking. Condos have only about the required 20% parking. This one has 2 parking slots included for each unit, which is directly in front of the unit. And from anywhere you are in the house, from the balcony wherein you can have your barbecue, from your loft wherein you can you see this one in the photo.
You have the view, right?
Loft, yeah, from your loft where you can do your.
Andy, I feel like I'm being set up for a very big price tag here.
Exactly. So, do you mind if I ask you what price do you have in mind for something like this?
I would not even venture a guess. So, but you did say it's 100 to 110 square meters. This is lot, right?
The lot is around 73 to 75. The floor area is 100 to 100.
All right. All right. 2 car.
Because of the loft.
Okay. So how much are we talking about? Just so we can have an idea.
Less than 10 million.
Less than 10. For a property in Batangas. All right. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually, most of the guests were about 15 to 95% of the people, even the expert developers, would guess 15 to 20 million. Others would throw around 20.
And how long, if they do this on a vacation rental scheme, how long will it take before the owner gets ROI?
Okay, if we compare it with the properties now in Metro Manila, wherein you have studio units at 27 square, priced at around 9 to 10 million, right? And then you rent it out for what, 25, 30,000. But this one,
Per month.
for a price of around, let's say one of the units is around 9.5 million. The estimate here would be about 10 to 12,000 per night.
Okay.
10 to 12,000 per night, because it's big and each unit has a private pool. Now, even if you only rent this out for, let's say, worst case, 10 days only in a year, or in a month, that gives you at least 100.
Okay.
100 to 120,000, and remove the operating cost of around 30% every month. Okay, you're computing now your budget for the monthly. We'll give you a good discount.
All right, all right. It sounds like the math adds up. But here's the thing. So you're starting with Aya Hills. What comes after Aya Hills? How is the pipeline looking like? How many more in the works?
Okay. First, as mentioned, we want our projects to be very low density, but to scale, what we're looking at are properties wherein you have matured tourist areas. You have matured, sustainable domestic tourism. So right now we're looking at projects in La Union, and we're also looking at properties in Palawan, in Port Princesa, in Siargao, and also in Baguio.
All right.
Because what we're looking at really, okay, the foreign tourists would be a bonus, but what we'd like to have is a more sustainable domestic tourism.
All right. More sustainable domestic tourism. The pipeline is pretty ambitious considering the areas that you're targeting is, as you mentioned, mature areas already where people have already set up, which means prices are already higher. Would you mind sharing with us how you plan to bankroll for now, land banking, and eventually start building? How do you plan to finance it? Because this venture right now has 6 shareholders, each with a 16.7% share. Is this all personal money still, or are you taking out loans from banks to be able to fund the pipeline?
Yes, the model is quite asset light. Asset light. We're doing a lot of. We've submitted a lot of offers for joint ventures. For joint ventures, and then of course, just like most development, it's more of a play of cash flow. So I think that one, with the response that we had from our test projects for our personal use, we're very confident with this market. Still want the upscale market, and we want to offer options for the Filipinos, whether they're regardless of their status, to have a taste of the good life, even for a night or two, right?
All right. Andy, I mentioned you've got 6 founders, major shareholders. You got into the headlines last week because one of your major shareholders is Mike Tan, the son of Lucio Tan, who has taken a step back from leading the LT Group and is now investing here in his personal capacity. Also important to note that all the other guys, the 5 of you at least, are experts in real estate. You've got, 30, 40 years of experience in this business. I wonder, how did you 6 come together? How did the idea come up for Havitas?
Okay, the first 4 of us were friends, and we've worked on many projects before in our previous life. And each of us have different expertise, from commercial operations, sales, marketing, business development, legal, all from different developers, major developers, for the past at least 27 to 35 years. And then, so we've worked on that. And then last May, we've worked with Michael Tan before. And so we pitched to him the idea. He knows how we operate. He checked our books. He checked the way we do things, and we are very honored to have his nod, to have his trust and confidence to join our team.
All right. Any plans to raise funds through the capital markets? Any plans to take the company public in the near future?
That's our dream. Yes, that's actually that's a goal.
How soon?
5 years.
5 years. All right. Andy, I was still computing the numbers at 10 million per unit, 70,000 per month. That takes 10 to 12 years before the owner gets ROI. Is that good? Is that a good number?
Pardon? That is on a worst case. Where you only have 30% occupancy. We just don't want to overpromise, but that 30% is a super conservative rate, and also the overnight rates is also at a very low
All right.
assumption. Yeah.
All right. Sounds promising and exciting. Andy, thank you so much for joining us. Please make sure to visit us again once you do list 5 years from now or even sooner.
I always watch your program, especially when you have Stevenomics.
Oh, all right. I'm going to tell him. But thank you, Andy. Thank you for joining us. Congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
All right.